Hey everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, and we are continuing on with the Justice for All game with Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, and we are at the Part 2-2 trial, so the second part of our Part 2. We're going to continue on with the trial, and I'm guessing the witness is probably going to be Mo. Because the first witness was Ben the ventriloquist, and we brought it up that Ben might have some ulterior motives to saying that it was our magician as the killer, because he also wanted to marry Regina. So, we're going to continue on now. After our little, 10-minute recess. Still September 29th. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't do anywhere near that crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? Were you still inside, the ringmaster's, room? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while we were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Yes, and there's the cloak, by the door, like I said. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... it means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking for Exactly. Fabulous. That's fabulously possible. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't it a bit strange? That's a fair point, actually. Which it was cold. I mean, he didn't have a coat or anything. If you think about it all, they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did it go? Wow, Max, I never thought you should have been a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what I'd do when I grew up. Magician or president? President! Okay. You have no idea how hard it is to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Oh, back to court. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Oh, sorry, I was using Max's voice. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with an unfortunate distinction for having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? A pitiful clown. Why did you call him that? Come on. Hey, Mo. How's it going? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court. He's so sad. Look at him. He's just hitting his carrot. In West Clown... What? Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this sort of occasion. Probably no joke at all. What in the world are you talking about? You're in the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Ha ha ha. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? Okay, I kind of enjoyed that one. Okay. But a couple of clowns. Oh, your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. The witness scene. You witnessed the scene of the crime at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify what you saw? A rabbi, a priest, and a repstat. Without the humor, please. Okay. poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. I kind of feel for him. Even though I don't like most of his jokes. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with a joke just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? What kind of testimony is that? Aren't we the ones who are supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. His call for help. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You're really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man after. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? I was going to say, that wasn't much of a testimony. Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Now, here we go. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Oh. You said it was pretty far away, so how do you know for sure it was Max? If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can! There is no way that the account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he was some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you're not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why me? It's gonna be corny jokes, I know it. After practice was over, I went straight back to my room. Now, did Ben and Trello come with you? You say that practice wrapped up around 10. See, that's the thing. How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off about. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. Alright, 8 o'clock then. Fine. Man goes to the doctor. A doctor asks... Oh. Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should have saved for the detective. You know what would happen? Don't look at me like that. No, I'm penalized for that? What? Okay, let's go ahead and press on this. Thought you'd go straight to sleep. You just happen to glance out the window. You could say that. You could say, oh. I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. Okay. What should I do? I wonder if I should press them. Keep pressing. We'll try it. Exactly why did you look out the window that night? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out the window, do they? That's not what I meant. I had that, well, when he spoke yesterday, once I took myself into bed, I heard that amazing noise, incredibly loud, like a giant thump. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot about the thump? Really? You said it was amazing. Your Honor, the witness looked out the window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not simply glance out the window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. Okay. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. I agree. Please revise. I heard a huge noise outside the window. That's what made me take a look outside. Okay, you heard a huge noise at the window. What does it sound like? I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you the humor is unnecessary. I was gonna make this joke. I guess that sounded like someone being hit very hard. Someone getting hit. Okay. You went out the window and you saw. Okay. I kept watching and suddenly Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Okay, let's press on that. Yes, I did. Climax of the story. What did you say the victim was struck with? No idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? Yeah, I suppose I did. No, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime? I would say he didn't because he only looked outside when he heard the thump. Not permitted to harass my witness? That's gonna be a lot of penalty. Of course I do. Of course I do. I have a reason. I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Exactly. He said he only looked outside whenever he heard it. Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump, someone getting hit. He did. However, Mo just stated that falling under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Exactly. He didn't see that. He has heard the sound. Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound. There is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 19... Oh, spewing information again. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from the maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-team theme in anger of this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. Great job. These type of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. They just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. You're back from your jog? Well, I pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. Well, I looked out my window that night. The ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked at my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Yep, he was on permit. Oh, he's already dead. Mr. Curls, Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime. However, you say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette over him. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? That'll be never. Okay? Okay. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have been Max. There's no doubt, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. So cat, black cloak, they're all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt about it. It was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. Took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe it in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Now, you see, there's one thing I do want to, like, kind of probe him on here, okay? And it is, like, about the silk hat, black cloak, and whatever. We do have a poster that has the symbols on it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and present that poster we have. The Max G promo. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. Yes, multiple people have mentioned it. The silk hat, the cloak, right? Everyone knows that Maximilian G has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Mo? Isn't that right, Mo? Come on. Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.14. Silence, fool. You're responding with a whole truth, no fractions. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. No roses. Crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. There are white roses. Come on. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention, the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Exactly. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with the court. But you're sweating, Miss Von Karma. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts are never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? Yes. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. The crazy get-up. 3-piece get-up. 3 pieces. Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there are no white roses. There is absolutely no doubt this was a contradiction. Exactly. Either one of them's lying, or it was a different person. Or both. Now, what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this is... Forget the roses. Think about the other testimony, Judge. Come on. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubt about this witness. It seems that unlike Y, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Oh, come on. I'm not mature. He definitely is not. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. This is your last chance, Nick. Okay, Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance. Okay. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up. So we have to just show evidence right now. Only got a single shot. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Especially a silk hat. He was wearing it the entire time. Okay. Let's present the hat, okay? That's got to be what it's about the hat. We have to present the hat. This would happen to be the silk hat that you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. Is a hat he's wearing the night. No question in your mind, right, Mr. Mo? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask? It's found at the crime scene. The crime scene. That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. It stated that he was wearing it the entire time. No. So maybe there's two hats. Order, order. Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You're old enough to know better than behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh, man. That's not right here. Is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. I wouldn't say they're great. Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean no matter how old I get, I always get younger than you. Oh, you'll always be younger than you. Oh. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curl. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if I didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene with the hat. That's all I need. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been molding over for a while now. Mo, you said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene? Exactly. Was he flying? He went... How do you mean he left the scene? You can't ask me that. I can ask you. Mr. Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. The witness's testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Kara's protest is useless. You got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obviously he just turned around and walked away. He walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. Say what? I'm not sure what I'm... Lawyer nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Oh, this is a picture of the crime scene, right? Yeah, the footprints! There's no footprints! It's gotta be this. Look at this picture. Problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints. We can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? Just walked away, huh? So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, the witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree, this clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came into court in. Wait just a second! Mo? You guys can't just ignore everything I said. Fine, fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. The truth, you're now telling the truth. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are going to get worse before they get better. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Lawrence Curls, yes. The testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just... What? I was a bit confused on a bit of the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. I will have order. Francisca Von Karma, how could you? Don't bow, Your Honor. If you had heard the truth, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Okay, the truth. What is the truth? Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he flew away. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off the dark and disappeared into the darkness. Oh my. That's why there is no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was how do I put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave a crime scene by flying, there is no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is he right? You believe the other witnesses, Why don't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard about flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Okay, to be fair, we do know that he can fly. So he's telling the truth, I would say. Which means that he is telling the truth. That's what I think. That means Max actually used magic. Yikes. You're right. Only a foolish-looking fool would be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dreams. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I mean, who's to say? I suppose I'll let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that would actually happen. If you disregard a need for proof based on karma, case is sound. However, I've got a feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thank you, Judge! That's how I'll conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputable fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery. I believe that's enough for today's court. Court is adjourned. Yes, yes. Hey, sweeties, what in the world's going on? That's what I want to know. They said the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's just not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I used invincible wires and have hoisted them me through the air. Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic. No. I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to his tricks. What do we do now, Nick? All we can do now is to hope we can find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Let's do our best and catch a sucker. To be continued. Okay. So that is the first day trial. I guess the part 2-2. So now we're going to part 3 investigation. Yes. So we don't know how they left no footprints. Whoever it was that killed the ringmaster, but they could have possibly used the same wires that maybe Max uses. So that is what we're going to figure out. We're going to figure out some more stuff for the investigation, like how there was no footprints, maybe where the cloak and stuff went, because we have the hat already. There was no white roses. I don't know. There's a few different things we need to find. So next time we will continue on with the part 3 investigation. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. So bye-bye.